Hi, welcome back to the Blissful Heart channel. My name is Desiree Lee, and I am here to give you your weekly Bliss Fix, a twin flame reading for the week of March 23rd to March 30th, 2018. Hi, welcome back to my channel, to all of my subscribers, and for anyone that's new, I do both energy reads for the collective as well as collective twin flame readings. This is the twin flame reading. First, I want to start by just thanking all of my subscribers. You guys mean so much to me. And every time you click subscribe, you help input your energy into these readings, so thank you for that. It definitely powers these readings, and I'm grateful for you to help charge them. We have some really interesting energy moving through this week. I just finished doing the energy reading, and I can't stress enough how important it is to watch those, because it does help you on your twin flame journey. While it is only for you, you've got to take care of you if you want to manifest your union, right? So I hope that you do take the time to watch the energy read as well. We do have the second full moon of the month, the blue moon, on the 31st, which isn't necessarily in this week's reading. However, we do pick up on like a little bit of energy from the blue moon prior to it coming. So it tails 3 days prior and 3 days after. And so we will be seeing a little bit of that blue moon energy, which is bringing up any pain, sorrow, or grief that we need to release. So there is going to be some tumultuous energy, a purging going on. And Mercury is going retrograde, or has gone retrograde on the 22nd. So that energy is really getting us to slow down. So we have the spring equinox energy, which, hello, I'm wearing my hippie fairy headband today. Happy spring, which is like really wanting us to go, go, go. But then the Mercury energy is going to have us slow down, and then that blue moon is going to have us kind of face some things. So I really feel like we're looking at some balance this week, as well as like taking care of ourselves and loving ourselves. Let's see. So I will be doing my free live full moon reading on Facebook on the 31st. But starting in April, I will be doing that on my Patreon page only. So for just $1 a month, you can be a part of getting a 24-hour early release on both the energy read and the twin flame reading. And then you'll get the live full and new moon readings, which if you're not on Facebook is really cool, because now you'll be able to participate in that. And then of course you'll be supporting me, which I am super grateful for. So thank you to all of you who have already donated. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really appreciate your love and support. So thank you. Let's see. Oh, I've also initiated a $5 donation level where I will be releasing monthly twin flame readings for twin flames in non-communication or in limbo, and then twin flames in union, or very close to union. So I'm going to have those as my monthly reads. It's what I used to do here on the channel before I came back to doing the energy reads, but it's going to be a projection for the whole month, which is pretty cool. So that will be available on my Patreon as well, starting for April. So you can check in the description box below for that link. And I'm excited to see how this week's going to unfold, because as we know, the divine masculines are having a lot of spiritual awareness. And after doing the energy read, like the whole planet is really getting initiated and called to purge all that is heavy and to step into our power and to recognize the power of our thoughts and how we can create our reality. So there's a lot of manifestation energy and abundance opportunity coming through this week. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to be pulling from our numerology deck here to take a look at the union twin flame energy for the week of March 23rd to the 30th, Spirit. 26, love partnership. That is a 9, and it is a really beautiful card. Yeah. For the secondary cards that I'm pulling for the masculine and feminine, I am using the Earth Magic Oracle, and we're taking a peek at the overall energy of the divine masculine for the week of March 23rd to the 30th. Jumping out, I got 2 really powerful cards. I have DNA, Karma, and Wind, Activation. Ooh, that is gonna be interesting. I'm a little excited. And then for the Divine Feminine for the week of March 23rd to the 30th, what do we have? What do we have for the Divine Feminine? fire, passion. It is on. Okay, so let's pull those cards up on the screen. We have the union energy of love partnership, which is just screaming like working towards union. I mean, it is definitely an energy of looking at partnership or relationships, and addressing any blocks around love. And the divine masculine has DNA, karma, and wind activation, and the divine feminine has fire and passion. So the DNA karma card is really interesting, and I actually saved the book open on that because I just wanted to read from the book here. It says, aspects of your soul entered your primitive physical self long before you had begun to take form. While the DNA that you inherited from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that came together in the creation of you. This is one of those times you can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karmic, yet you also recognize the persistent and loving communication from your higher self that contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. The choice is up to you. But know that every time you heed the guidance of your higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form it takes, human consciousness is elevated. In a sense, it becomes a choice between destiny and fate. And then the wind activation card is like, do something, like stop not making a choice and make a choice. So, I mean, I really feel like this is a turning point for the divine masculine. This is like what we've been building up to, and I'm getting chills on this. Like the divine masculine, this karma is around love partnership, okay? Because that's the union energy. And it's like he's either choosing fate or destiny, right? He's either going to stay with the lower vibration frequencies and not get active, or he's going to, get active and choose a new pattern, okay? This is definitely like, I got that in the energy read. We're in like this opportunity to kind of shift timelines, so to speak, make a choice for the greater good of our soul evolution. And I feel like this is it for the divine masculine. He's going to do that this week. This is the energy that's propelling, has been building up to this, okay? And then the divine feminine has fire and passion around love partnership. Again, this is kind of an echoing of what I felt for the divine feminine last week. It's about being passionate about love in general, okay? I feel this is a total liberation from any expectation or, obsession on coming into union. It's a liberation of the soul. Like I just feel the divine feminine is on fire with love and ignited with just celebrating life and feeling love towards everything and joy towards everything. And if her twin comes, or if their twin comes, awesome. If not, awesome. Like it's awesome either way. And I feel like this is going to be what we're going to see more of as we break this down into the karmic lessons, spiritual growth, and action. So let's go and get into that. I'm pulling from the Akashic Tarot today instead of our Psychic Tarot of the Heart. And I am going to take a look at the karmic lessons of the divine masculine for the week of March 23rd to the 30th. Weird, I almost said July. We have 6 of Scrolls, the Sands of Time. I just want to mention that I always feel called to use this deck when we're in these interesting timeline shifts. And so I feel like that's important to note. Okay, for the Divine Feminine's karmic lessons, what are they learning for the week of March 23rd to the 30th? 22, awesome. Spiritual guidance, 2-2. For the spiritual growth of the week of March 23rd to the 30th for the Divine Masculine Spirit, what are we seeing for the spiritual growth for them? 7 of Forces, balance. And then for the Divine Feminine spiritual growth, what are we seeing for them for the week of March 23rd to the 30th? 1, the Oracle of Delphi. That's 2 major arcanas for the Divine Feminine. And then for the action, what is the Divine Masculine's action for the week of March 23rd to the 30th? Three of Keys, the chess game. And then for the Divine Feminine's action, Spirit, what do we see for the Divine Feminine, March 23rd to the 30th? The Queen of Forces. This is very exciting. Okay, so for the secondary card, I am pulling from the Chakra Insight Oracle, and I am asking the angels of truth, love, and light to either echo or add on to the messages of the Akashic Tarot. For the Divine Masculine's karmic lessons, we have Sands of Time and 19 Gut Instincts. For the Divine Feminine, we have Adson, 22 in the karmic lessons, and 2 cards. 36, third eye chakra, and 42 insight. We're looking at crown and third eye chakra energy for the Divine Feminine. For the Divine Masculine spiritual growth, we have balance and sacral chakra, card 8. And for the Divine Feminine, we have the Oracle of Delphi and solar plexus chakra, 2 chakras in the spiritual growth. I love it. And those are Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, right? The sacral is Divine Feminine, the solar is Divine Masculine. Okay, and then in the action, the Divine Masculine has the chess game and communication, card 34, which is a 7. And then for the Divine Feminine, we have the Queen of Forces and 46, inspiration. A lot of upper Trinity chakras for the Divine Feminine. Okay, so I am going to take a moment to sit with these cards and I will be right back. Okay, so I've had a moment to sit with the cards and I have to say this is really, really optimistic. And you know, before I get started, I just want to mention that, again, this is a collective read. So this may or may not apply to you. It can't apply to everybody, obviously. But I'm going to go with the interpretation that my guides are giving me because it is very, very positive, okay? So let's pull those cards up on the screen. I have to pull them up separately because we got 3 for the Divine Feminine, but we have 6 of Scrolls, which is the 6 of Swords, the Sands of Time, and 19 or a 10 Gut Instincts, which is intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust for the Divine Masculine. And then the Divine Feminine has 22, add some, third eye chakra, and insight. So here in the karmic lessons, the Divine Masculine is learning that time is running out, okay? I am feeling like he is feeling a tremendous amount of pressure from Spirit to make a decision, okay? It's kind of like a shit or get off the pot situation for the Divine Masculine. I feel like we've been dancing around this for so long and we've been working our way up to this. The Divine Masculine, and this is what I was saying with the DNA, it's like fate or destiny. Like I feel like he knows that. He can feel some pressure. He or she may not know why or what, but there definitely is an intense, like I'm feeling like a boiling point also is another thing that's coming through. And it's so funny because gut instincts, I was saying last week that the Divine Masculine doesn't necessarily call their intuition, they call it a gut feeling. But here it is showing up in the karmic lessons, learning to trust their gut feelings, to have that knowing and to have that faith in their intuition. So again, I feel like there are 2 doors being presented before the Divine Masculine, and one is fate and one is destiny. And the lesson is make a choice. Trust yourself. Do what feels good, okay? Do what feels right. Trust that feeling that you have. And then for the Divine Feminine, we have a karmic lesson of the 22, add some, and 42, which is insight, understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation, and 36, third eye chakra. I actually wanted to pull the book out for the add some card because They say that adsum is a single word that has many, many meanings. First, it affirms your own strength and focus in the present. You can use it as a command word whenever you find yourself distracted from what's at hand. Say, adsum, I am here, and feel yourself attend to the situation or person before you. Or adsum, I arrive. I just wanted to share that part because you can use it, okay? But what it's saying is the karmic lesson here is that the divine feminine is feeling disconnected from knowing what's going to happen, what's happening to her now, feeling disconnected from his or her higher self or higher consciousness. There's definitely, like, in terms of the lesson the divine feminine's been learning is, like, I feel that it's about focusing on all of the wrong things, okay? And this came through in the energy read, but it's about shifting our focus, okay? So the lessons accompanying this idea of always being supported, that our guides have never left us, and even when we're feeling disconnected and abandoned, they're here. Adsum, I have arrived. Adsum, I am here. You know, so we have the third eye chakra, which is our connection with our higher consciousness, our soul consciousness, okay? And then insight, which is a deeper connection to God consciousness. So we are learning, the divine feminine is learning to reconnect with the inner knowing and the connection to the divine, and to call upon it, to exercise the power that you have, to ask your guides for clarity, to help clear the cobwebs, okay? Because we are very, very, very extra super duper supported this week. I always say that and I'm like, well, we're always supported, okay? But I feel that the veils of illusion, the veils of separation between us and spirit are very thin this week, and I feel that the divine feminine has an extra supercharged power to ask for some clarity of sight and to recognize the power that the divine feminine has, okay? So that is the karmic lesson. Moving forward, the spiritual growth for the divine masculine is 7 of forces, balance, which is the 7 of wands, 8 sacral chakra, and 1, the oracle of Delphi for the divine feminine, with 15 solar plex chakra. I just love the synchronicity of sacral and solar, with the sacral being the divine feminine for the divine masculine, and the solar being the divine masculine for the divine feminine. So the spiritual growth that the divine masculine is experiencing is balance, right? This card on a more specific level does refer to paperwork or legal matters, okay? So for anybody that's been awaiting their divine masculine to file those divorce papers, maybe this is a sign that that's happening. Because the divine masculine is also connected to the sacral chakra, which is this feminine, pleasure-centered energy of emotion and sexuality, okay? But it's watery, right? So I feel a sensitivity moving through the divine masculine, and the divine masculine looking for making that choice, right? Of destiny as opposed to fate, right? I feel the divine masculine is being moved emotionally, and obviously with our twin flames there's a chemistry or a sexual attraction, and so I feel that that is an inspiration as well. And I don't think that sex should be a dirty word, right? It is a part of being a human being, and so I'm sensing this powerful force moving through the divine masculine to encourage them to do the right thing, to make that confident choice. I mean, this is really a time for them to, again, make the choice, yes or no, you're in or you're out, what are you doing, okay? And I just Spirit wants me to mention that, you know, if they choose no, that is not a forever no, okay? It's just until the next loop, okay? When that is, I can't say. I am hearing a year, but it could be less. I feel like there are always windows of opportunity. I feel like they happen very frequently, but I do feel that this window is very much, and yes, I'm being reminded of how many readings I've had, private readings that I've done, where where April, June have come up as union months, okay? So I do feel that this is definitely a positive sign that many divine masculines are going to finally do the right thing, and we'll see more of that in the action, which is inspiring that as well. And here, the Divine Feminine has the Oracle of Delphi and Solar Plexus Chakra, card 15 or a 6. So the Oracle of Delphi is about psychic on fire. Like, it's about having a clarity, right? So in the karmic lessons, the Divine Feminine is learning to call upon the angels, to trust that they're still there, even though they may feel abandoned, and calling into that space of intuition, higher consciousness, and God consciousness, and having an awakening, right? So I'm seeing this huge, like, up level of psychic, intuitive, empathic abilities, healing abilities. Okay, it's because guess what it's connected to? That solar plexus chakra. Its element is fire. It is like also self-confidence and willpower and self-worth. I mean, I'm really seeing, and I'm getting chills, the Divine Feminine just loving herself or himself and accepting whatever, and just being excited to be alive. This goes right back to what I was saying, love, partnership, and fire. Okay, so Spirit just wants me to mention that this could be one of two ways. I do see the Divine Feminine doing this all on her own, or his own, their own. I see the Divine Feminine being very much in a space of like whatever with the Divine Masculine. I am excited about love and life. However, some of it could be encouraged from contact from the Divine Masculine, or signs of things shifting. And it could be all of the above, right? But in terms of the spiritual growth, the Divine Feminine is really stepping into their power, and it's like a whole new day, man. I mean, this is really incredible. And what I'm also hearing from Spirit is that this power that the Divine Feminine is stepping into is going to really assist them in processing the purging that will be taking place from the full moon or the blue moon on the 31st. So then we go to the action space, and we see 3 of keys, the chess game, and 34, communication for the Divine Masculine, and the Divine Feminine has the Queen of Forces, 46, inspiration. So the communication card is self-expression, exchange, sharing, connection. It is the throat chakra, and the 3 of keys is the chess game. Now, this is interesting. When I do this from time to time, I allow Spirit to channel and reinterpret the scripted definition of this card. But what I see happening here, okay, is that the chess game is really about kind of realizing how other people in their life are having a negative impact. And the card talks about walking away from things and stepping back emotionally. And then we have the communication card. So what Spirit has guided me to say about the 3 of Keys card is that it suggests that the Divine Masculine is walking away from the fate and communicating that they choose destiny. Okay, so and that communication is done via like, you know, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore. You know, this isn't working out. And yes, obviously this is more specific to Divine Masculine still entangled in karmic relationships. I really feel quite strongly that this card is suggesting that many Divine Masculines that are entangled in karmic relationships are ending them, okay? If your Divine Masculine is not in a karmic relationship and there's some other reason why the 2 of you aren't in union, this is definitely still referring to this idea of the Divine Masculine communicating to those that no longer serve them that they're done with the games, okay, and that they're choosing themselves. And the communication has a tertiary meaning of potential communication with their divine counterpart, sharing, connection. I mean, I feel this is the loudest message that Spirit wants me to communicate this week. I realize it's not 100% of you, but for the percentile of you that it is for, which I feel is more like 35 or 40%, you need to hear this because the hope needs to be alive, okay? So if you're uncertain, still have hope, okay? Because you never know. The power of hope, the power of manifestation can move mountains. And here we see the Divine Feminine with the Queen of Forces and inspiration, ideas, spark, conception, impulse, okay? This is that creative fire energy and that intuition and insight energy moving through into action, into inspiration. And the Queen of Forces is balancing the creative power of the sun and the intuitive power of the moon. The Queen of Forces is finding balance. And in the book on this card, the guidebook, it specifically says could be a love interest moving into your life, okay? So also the Queen of Forces is obviously a person to be recognized, it is more specific to a feminine energy, but divine feminine. So this is like a powerful, sexy energy. The Queen of Forces is connected to the wands, right? So there's that fire element there still from the solar plexus chakra. I really see the impact of that solar plexus chakra moving through in the action, and the Divine Feminine standing in their power and balancing both the dark and the light, the male and the female within, and sparking creative ideas, taking initiative. And I feel like, again, this is happening regardless of whether or not their divine counterpart comes into communication with them. I feel across the board, this is open to every single Divine Feminine. This is, wide open to everybody, okay? Just to be clear, right? That 35, 40 percentile I was talking about with the Divine Masculine cards is a little bit more specific, right? And if I were to broaden that out, it's still happening. The Divine Masculine is making decisions. The Divine Masculine is seeking balance. The Divine Masculine is eliminating garbage from their life, and they're still on a journey of growth, whether or not they communicate with you. Just understand that for those of you that may not get the communication, there's still change happening. Change is constant. It is always going on. But I do see this inspiration energy potentially being from communication and being like, oh my God, is this really happening? So I just am truly excited to see this week unfold. Most importantly, I am truly excited to see so many Divine Masculines being assisted by God in the most profound way. While we are always being assisted, I feel like this is the loudest it has been for the Divine Masculine in particular, because I feel the Divine Feminine has always been able to contact higher conscious energy. And in it, I mean, I'm able to see all the cards in entirety, which I wish I could just get that out there for you, like a picture of all the cards in entirety. But it's beautiful. There's so much God conscious, spiritual, angelic energy moving through for the Divine Feminine, and intuition is on fire. So let's take a look at our final guidance message, Spirit. They want me to pull from Rumi. So funny, because I did not think that at the beginning of this reading, and here it is. Angels of truth, love, and light, what is the final guidance message you wish to share with the twin flames today for the week of March 23rd to the 30th? Thank you, Brother Rumi. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Card 18, a new gown, which is a 9. I love that. Okay. So for anybody that's been following me for a while, you know that I don't read the entire script in the book because it takes quite a while. But if you have the deck, I highly encourage you to read the entire card. And if you don't have the deck, why not? Because it's the most, like, in terms of doing your own intuitive guidance and having communication with your higher consciousness or spirit, I believe the Rumi cards to be incredibly powerful. They're supercharged. Alana Fairchild's just incredibly gifted. I don't get any residuals from promoting her. I just really love this deck. And more specifically, if you are short on time, it is a one card pull for the day or the week, and the one card can give you so much juicy information. So anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about this card. The Rumi poem. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand." I have the perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colors, of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most precious of gems. The colors of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous as if lit from within. For of course it is, beautiful angel. Your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it enhances your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as befits a royal child of divine parentage. I really feel this energy is calling to the Add Some card that we pulled in the Karmic Lessons. This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent, than ever before. This is wonderful. It is a divine happening. You must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a living being worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside belief in inferiority or superiority, unhelpful as those notions are for you now. What a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what any other may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. This is totally about stepping into your truth and your light. Sacred guidance for you here. Embrace the star that you are. Let's go ahead and do this sacred honoring ritual. You're going to place your hands very lightly on top of your head. So both of them. I only have one because I'm holding the book open. And instead of saying, I'm going to have you take my words on as yours, okay? So close your eyes. Both hands on top of your head. Take a breath in and a breath out. Taking these words on as your own. I cast aside lesser crowns. Open your hands up to the heavens and take these words on as your own. I receive the royal gown descending through grace. Slowly begin to glide your hands down from over the top of your head alongside your body as though drawing a royal robe over your head, and allow your hands to gently touch the floor as though the robe completely covers you. And sit comfortably and visualize or intend that the most beautiful gown of many, many colors surrounds you. You may or may not be aware of the colors, and you may see layers of shimmering lights, stars, roses, or more. You may hear the gown singing like a choir of angels, or gurgling as though it is a fountain of liquid gold. Let it be as it is for you, as subtle or powerful as it wishes to be. Whatever happens for you is perfect. When you are ready, you can open your eyes and place your hands in prayer position, bowing your head. So if you want more time, pause. Otherwise, let's bring our hands in prayer. Thumbs to the third eye center, bowing as we thank God. Thank Brother Rumi. Thank you, angels, for this amazing gift that you bestow upon us. May we be humble but not humiliated. May we be open to receive. May we accept the beautiful shining star that we are and show up for this amazing gift of life. Show up to our dharma, our destiny, and allow Spirit to move through us. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Spirit of Love and Light. Thank you for viewing. I will talk to you next week. Many, 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 many blessings. Mwah.